Right now, though, we are talking about the real estate market because it's something we all talk about. And when is it going to go up? That's what we've been wondering. And hey, we've got some good news. We're talking to Mountain Town Realty today. And we've got Jim and Billie in studio, of course, because they're always here with us. But we've got a new little addition. Their daughter's in the middle. Stephanie Watts is in here, and she goes, I feel like I'm sitting in between my parents. It is kind of like mom, dad, and daughters. So kind of fun. Glad to have you guys here. Let's talk about new changes then. Obviously, you've got Stephanie added to your team.
Yeah, we added Stephanie at the beginning of last month, and then we added Anita Oliveri up in the Ogden Valley. So we're growing a little bit. We're not going to be a threat to Keller Williams anytime soon, but
but you're growing.
We're growing, and we're very happy to have Stephanie join us.
Well, absolutely. I actually do know Steph, so I'm going to vouch for her and say I think she's a pretty decent person.
Thanks, Steph.
You're welcome. Let's talk about then big news. Things are going up a little bit for us, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We saw January rebound a bit across all of the categories, and so we're cautiously optimistic that things are getting better. We're seeing prices stabilize in a lot of areas. So it is getting a little more positive than it was last year.
Well, and Stephanie, this is probably a good time for you to jump on board. Is this something you've been doing, or is this just something you're going to get into now that you want to?
I've actually been doing real estate for about 4 years.
Great.
I've just recently joined Jim and Billie. Previously, I was with RE/MAX, working as a buyer's agent, doing specialty sales with buyers only. And I'd like to continue doing that. I enjoy working with buyers, although working with Jim and Billie gives me the opportunity to expand a little bit and to pick up some sellers and kind of branch out a little bit more than what I was doing at RE/MAX. So
which will be nice.
Really excited to be here.
And Jim and Billie, I mean, I've just gotten to know you guys through coming on Park City Television, but you guys are always so nice and really good to work with. I remember the first time you came on, you talked about how you guys really are going to cater, and since you're smaller, you're going to give them that attention that they really need when it comes to real estate.
Absolutely. We focus a lot on our customers. We offer a lot to first-time home buyers, as well as people struggling to get into the resort market.
So, Billie, did you get the boot?
Well, kind of. No. I actually decided to branch out, and I took a job with two great developers in town. Chuck Heath, who's developing Fairway Springs, which is in the Canyons, and Steve Urey, who's developing the Enclave, which is in Sun Peak. Both of them are really great green builders. Fairway Springs has one building built, and they've just sold the third of that building.
Oh, good.
And they have a model open every day from noon to 5. So please drop by and see it. And if you want a personal tour of the Enclave and with Steve Urey, the developer, just give me a call at 435-640-5600.
And I'm sure if they know that you were with Mountain Town, they can always, Jim will probably give them your number.
Yeah, I'll pass it through.
You'll pass it through. Now let's talk about some numbers and also some examples from January of last year. Things weren't looking so good. Now we're on the upswing from that time.
We're up, gross sales were up 96% in January, which was a pretty good hit, and they would have been up a little bit more. There were 3 sales in Empire Pass in January of 2009 that accounted for about $16 million. So we would have seen a tremendous upswing in single-family homes. Condos were up because they started closing the St. Regis. And those skew the numbers a bit. But overall, we're seeing things pick up a little bit. We have 2 exciting things going on at the end of March. One's the auction of the lodge at Westgate, which is at the Canyons, and also there's an auction of the Lookout at Deer Valley.
Oh, both of those. Wow.
And they've slashed prices about over 50% on those, at least for the minimum bid price.
Nice. So both of those are coming up at the end of March. Now, if people are coming to Mountain Town Realty for the two of you, what are the areas that you guys are seeing a lot of hype going on right now? You know, maybe the most action.
It's really across the board.
Is it?
We're seeing high-end property moving. We're also seeing entry-level condos moving in the $300,000 range, as people are taking advantage of the first-time homebuyer credit of $8,000, which expires at the end of April. And so you'd need to do it now and get into it quick.
And we're getting a lot more calls.
Are you?
I think that's what's most encouraging, is that people are reaching out now. They're starting to say, oh my gosh, you know, maybe this is the bottom and I better get going on this. Interest rates are still very favorable. I better buy.
Yeah.
And it's true, because we've got some of the best prices we've ever had, and the interest rates are phenomenal. And if you've got good credit, this is the time to do it. It won't be like this again.
And Steph, you've been in Park City for how many years now?
17.
17 years. Long
Yeah.
time. You've seen a lot of changes. What
I
have you
have.
seen in the market since, I mean, you've been in the real estate side of things for the last 4 years. You've probably seen quite a few changes.
I have, actually. I was in property management before I did this. I was managing a property in Silver Lake called Black Bear Lodge. My last 2 years up there were the height of the real estate market, really, 2004, 2005, and watching the condos turn over in there so quickly. I hopped into the real estate game in 2006. That's when things started to take a
Tank?
turn.
You didn't cause it, though.
So I hope I personally didn't.
It wasn't you.
I don't think I did it on my own, but it was bad timing, I suppose, on my part. So I've seen, it's been a little bit of a struggle pretty much ever since I hopped into the real estate game. So yeah, I have definitely seen things picking up. You were asking what kind of properties we're getting calls on. I've had several people inquiring about the Empire Pass area. Jim had mentioned that the auctions that are coming up in mid-January, Silver Strike lodged an auction, and they sold. How many did they end up selling at the auction? A
I
dozen,
believe
maybe?
at least 8, and they've continued to sell at those types of prices.
And
Nice.
yeah, to do that, and then Flagstaff development, which is right next door to that, has also been offering some discounting prices. So that area has really taken a big jump in the past couple of months, simply because they're discounting their prices. I think that there is a lot of pent-up demand out there, and buyers really want to buy something. They're still scared at this point that they're paying too much, and they're really, as Billie was saying, they're kind of waiting for the bottom of the market. They want to just make sure they've gotten every bang for their buck. But I think we're really starting to see that now, and people are really starting to come out of the woodwork.
And that's what we're excited about, is that things are looking up. And that's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for it and waiting for it. And finally, we talked to you guys, have you on, and you're like, things are looking good. And we've got the numbers to prove it.
Yeah.
So if they do want to contact you guys, if they're interested in properties, questions, how do they do so?
They can contact us on our office line, which is 435-615-6637. They can get us at our blog site, which is parkcityjournal.com, and they can get us through our website, which is unlockparkcity.com.
I don't know if you have enough ways. You might want to get a few more ways for them to contact you.
Well, and Stephanie, then, they can contact Stephanie
Yeah,
directly.
call me directly. My number is 435-901-4868, and that's my cell, and I've unfortunately got it with me all the time.
I was like, wow, she's putting her cell out on camera. Nice, Steph. Too bad she's married. Sorry, you guys. You can't call her phone number. But guys, thanks so much for coming in. Billie, congratulations on the new things, and
Yeah.
Steph for joining the team.
Thank you.
So
Looking
we're
forward to
excited to talk to you guys, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.